And a very warm welcome to you if you're joining us for the wheelchair basketball women's game between the United States and Mexico, coming to you from the North Greenwich Arena on the banks of the River Thames in London. Hello, this is Francis Collins with you. You join us for an interesting game because the United States, of course, they are gold medalists in the last two Paralympic Games, undefeated last time when they beat Germany in the final. However, so far they've won one game against France. You may have joined us for that 2 days ago, 63-24, their first game in Group B. But the Germans had some revenge, Germany beating the USA 54-48 in Game 2 for the United States yesterday. So for the American team, it is all to play for. Mexico, game one for them, they went down to China by 46 points to 53. So we're looking at a matchup here between two teams who desperately need a win. Well, Mexico, they qualified for the Paralympic Games against South Africa. They won a playoff to go through, but their record is not fantastic at these games. They came 6th in Sydney in 2000, the same finish in Athens in 2004, and 9th 4 years ago in Beijing. This is Dave Kiley with his American team, who were sparkling in the first game with notable performances from the likes of Rebecca Murray and Rose Holloman in that matchup against France. Murray, you can see there just rolling out of your picture. He'll be looking to her and other veterans of the side to make up for that defeat to Germany. And a welcome win for the German team, by the way, because, of course, the Americans beat Germany in the World Championships in 2010 to qualify for this Paralympics. So Pablo Lagara, the Mexican coach, and Dave Kiley there have a lot to think about. By the way, if you're unfamiliar with the venue that we're currently broadcasting from, the North Greenwich Arena, it started its days as the Millennium Dome some 12 years ago. It then acquired a commercial name. We're calling it the North Greenwich Arena. It's been a fabulous venue for not only basketball but also sports throughout the year. The NBA have played there, NHL hockey. You name the bands, they've also played there. It's a great place for music, for sport. It has great acoustics, and 6,000 are packed in today to see this game between the United States and Mexico in Group B. Some last-minute instructions for Sarah Castle of the United States from the coaching staff. And the tip-off means we're underway with Mexico already on the attack. Rebecca Murray for the United States. Rebecca Murray, a decisive player for this USA team, already scoring 33 points over 2 games with an average of 16.5 already in the action. Pursued and closed down by Carmen Montano of Mexico, the number 10. But successful from the free shot. And a player who knows how to deliver under pressure. One of the star players for the Mexican team, Floralia Estrada Bernal. So early pressure from the United States in this game. This is Lucia Vázquez de Gadagio, who brings the Mexicans back into contention. Murray for the United States. Sarah Castle going to the left. And Rose Holloman delivering. If we learned anything from this American team in the first game, it was that when they do get their chances inside the paint, they generally can deliver. Less so in game number 2 against Germany. Lucia Vázquez, number 9 for Mexico. Murray from distance. So concern for the Mexican team, already down by 13 points to 6 after 3.5 minutes in this game at the North Greenwich Arena. Floalia Bernal attempting that shot. And she'll get a chance to get on the score sheet. Needs this to get her team back in contention, back in touch with the USA. Delivers on the second shot. 13-7. Murray with the attempted and somewhat trademark shot from distance. She's done that before, notably in the first two games. That first win against France, defeat against Germany. Murray again, and this time successful. Anacia Perez on the ball for Mexico. Lucia Vasquez with the attempt, picked up by Murray, and this is Jennifer Chu. And a good basket coming in on the far side. Rebecca Miller for the USA. Dave Cartley, the American coach, a man who always looks concerned whether his team are leading, as they are here, 19 points to 9, or indeed losing. Long attempt for Mexico from Anacia Perez-Paqueo. Murray will come away for the United States. Got support on the far side from Woodson-Smith. And that's an attempt from Marianne Milford. Concern for the American coach, concern for the Mexican as well, Pablo Lagara. Anacia Perez-Paqueo. Lucia Vasquez with that attempt for Mexico. No joy for Vasquez. Murray feeding Rose Holloman, who goes from distance. I think the hooter may have just beaten her, but it was certainly worth an effort, and delight on her face. American team playing with confidence, and coach looking slightly happier. They're ahead 19 points to 9 at the North Greenwich Arena against their neighbors and rivals, Mexico. If you weren't with us earlier, let me just remind you, the United States, this is their second game. Tell a lie, make it their third game. They've won one, lost one, beating France comprehensively in the first game, but losing to a team that's perhaps starting to become their nemesis, Germany. They've beaten Germany twice in recent years. In fact, beat them in the last Paralympic Games, beat them in the World Championships to qualify, but lost to Germany 54-48. Mexico, well, they lost their first game to the Chinese team, 53-46. They went down, so must-win game, you can say, for both sides. Americans, Paralympic champions of the last 3 games. History on their side. Teamwork and bonding, very important. If you haven't seen wheelchair basketball before, one thing you should be aware of, there is no difference at all between the rules of this and basketball you'll see day in, day out in the major European leagues or in the NBA. One thing the coaches do have to consider is the rating given to each player based on their disability. Ratings ranging from 1 to 4, depending on impairment. And in total, the coach can have no more than 14 points of his team on the field of play. So he's got to be juggling the stats of their impairment ratings as well as tactics and everything else. Essentially, that's an extra responsibility for the coaches. He can't have more than 14 points on the field of play at any one time. 22-9, America lead. Anacia Perez for Mexico looks for the inside ball to Isabel Lopez Chavez. Perez again support on the far side. Wendy Garcia Amor attempts the longer throw, and the USA will break away. Andrea Woodson-Smith finding Holloman, finding Murray, back to Woodson-Smith. Plays her basketball for the Lady Mavericks in Dallas, in Texas, in the United States. Well, concern for this Mexican team because the deficit is increasing. by the minute. They need to get some points on the board, make some chances, make some space. Maybe they've got a chance now because Rosa Vera was adjudged to have been fouled by Woodson Smith. Woodson Smith it is who picks up the rebound, and there's a breakaway for the United States. Alana Nichols effectively on her own at the moment. Woodson Smith bringing up support on the far side. Murray as well. Sitting centre. Mary Milford. Murray to Woodson Smith, who's got her eye in today. Certainly there is some firepower in the Mexican ranks if they need it. Floraria Estrada Bernal, the Mexican number 5, already racked up 18 points in the first game for them, closely marshaled by the Americans in defense. Sarah Binsfield for the USA. Woodson Smith looking for Holloman on the far side. Alana Nichols, who led that breakaway on the ball for the USA, goes for the longest shot. One of the impressive aspects of the American team, and certainly the better teams in this competition, is once they get possession in defense, is the speed at which they can break out. We saw that a few moments ago through Alana Nichols. That was Rocio Torres Lopez scoring for Mexico, 26-11. Holloman from Woodson Smith. Floraria Estrada Bernal for Mexico. Bernal again. Good attempt from Miranda, Claudia Miranda. Orantes, Holloman for the USA. Woodson-Smith to Holloman inside the paint. USA already building up a substantial lead inside the second quarter, 28-11 as you can see. Mexico needing a victory under their belt. They've got one defeat already, need to get back into this game, make their passes count and get back in quickly. Claudia Miranda Orantes with that shot. Picked up by Fernanda Bernal. And a chance of 2 free shots as well coming her way. Bernal with the first one. Murray for the United States. Far side, Nafi Schneider. Bernal looking to get out of the traffic that's building up. Good pass to Wendy Amor. Bernal again. And successful. So Mexico 12 points behind as we head towards the end of the second quarter. But some relentless pressure from the United States, from the likes of Murray and Schneider and on Holloman. And that's another attempt missed by Bernal. In the clear, but failing to deliver, Wendy Garcia Amador. Comes from Guadalajara, plays for the Jalisca team in Guadalajara in Mexico, as do 3 other teammates on this Mexican team roster. Murray looking for Schneider on the far side. Coming via Darley and Hunter, who's come onto the field of play. Schneider successful. Schneider leading the breakout. All the way through and unopposed. Loli Estrada Bernal. 18 points in the last game, one of the leading scorers for her side. Schneider to Murray, somewhat hemmed in. Sarah Castle of the Predators Club in Columbia, Ohio, on the field of play for America. Mexico back on the attack, need more movement in their play. It's not going to happen on that move. This is Desi Miller. Murray to Schneider. Inside the paint, USA number 5, Darlene Hunter. Wendy Garcia Amador, the Mexican number 15, seen there. Got to say, it's been a far better second quarter for the Mexican team than the first quarter, when they conceded 22 points and only scored 9. So far, same number in the second quarter, but only conceding 8 points, giving us that 30 points to 18 total. They seem to have, for now at least, contained this American side in the second quarter. Sarah Castle inside to Schneider. And at the end of the second quarter, it is the USA who are leading by 32. Dominant in this game against their neighbours and opponents in this Group B match. They'll take a break for the half-time rub-down and chat from the respective coaches, David Kiley of Mexico, Pablo Larraga of David Carlier of America, Pablo Larraga of Mexico. And we'll come back and talk when we resume in the third quarter.
Two teams of two very well dressed
team bonding going on respectively between the American teammates and the Mexican teammates. America definitely the more cheerful of the sides. They lead at halftime 32 points to 18, having had a good first quarter and slightly not as good second quarter, you could say, but 32-18 is their advantage, with Rebecca Hunter leading the way for them with 10 points. And for Mexico, Floria Estrada Bernal with 8 points. These are the two people to keep an eye upon come the third quarter. America having won one game and lost one so far in this competition. Mexico having lost already their first game against China. Both teams effectively needing to win this game to have hope of going through to the next round. Underway already. Claudia Miranda Orentes. She's the American number 12, Alana Nichols on the ball. Sarah Castle. Murray for the US, orchestrator of most of their attacks and also someone who loves to attempt a three-pointer from outside the zone. Interception for Mexico, the Camagüey Horacio Torres Lopez. Support on the inside from Estrada Bernal, inside the paint, and delivers, bringing her total up to 10 so far for the game. Terrific long basket for America. Alana Nichols from the Lady Nuggets Basketball Club in Denver, Colorado. Increasing that American advantage. 16-point gap now between the two sides into the third. But good interplay by the Mexican team and a result at the end of it for Claudia Miranda Orentes. Desi Miller for the USA. Thinks about the shot from just outside the paint and delivers two. America taking their chances, but that was a terrific score by Mexico on the break. Bernal, star of this Mexican team. Not a lot of movement in there. Hence the long attempt from teammate Orantes. Alana Nichols. Sarah Binsfield inside. And a chance to get some more American points on the board. Garcia Amador with the ball, looking for some support. But it's going to be American possession. Sarah Castle, Alana Nichols-Castle back inside. Desi Miller with Murray, star of this American team. Miller setting herself nicely and delivering, taking the United States up to 40 on the scoreboard. Already playing far better than they did in that defeat to Germany when they only scored 48 points to the German 54. This is an event taking place at two venues, of course. This is the North Greenwich Arena, formerly the Millennium Dome. One of the has become one of the most iconic landmarks, certainly in London and indeed in Britain. Looks like an enormous white marquee tent from the outside, from above, built originally for the 2000 Millennium celebrations in London. They play here. They also play at the wonderful basketball arena on the Olympic Park, which is a temporary venue put up for the Olympics, but a terrific venue as well. Passionate, packed crowds in both arenas. This one we're all particularly fond of, simply because of the range of entertainment that is on there, from ice hockey to NBA basketball to gigs featuring reformed Led Zeppelin about 4 years ago that was rocking the North Greenwich Arena. I saw the Kings of Leon myself there about 3 years ago. I go when I can. Joy to be covering basketball at the Paralympic Games for 2012 at this arena, where the USA are leading Mexico by that hefty 18-point margin. Nichols delivering again. Castle looking for support from Murray. Binstead inside. Nichols getting increasingly influential. Back to Binstead. Castle mopping up for the United States. Characteristic long throw from Murray, who does it again. Two-pointer for the player who turns out for the Warhawks in Whitewater. Twelve points already in this game for Rebecca Murray. Perez Pachau looking for support. Bernal comes up on the inside. Pachau keeping the ball, looking for some help from Wendy Garcia Amador. Usual rules apply in wheelchair basketball that you'll see normally in the major leagues. Slightly adapted for traveling, which of course you can't do normally in basketball. In this case, the referee's keeping a very close eye on the number of times you roll your wheel of the chair. The chairs themselves, not exactly your normal chairs. They cost in the region of £3,500. The wheels there, as you can see, are splayed for better stability and balance. Doesn't stop them crashing out of those chairs from time to time. Top players apparently go through a chair at least once every 6 or 7 months, given the pounding they get in games like this when the likes of Bernal are up and down that court all day long. 44-22. Mexico looking to get back on the scoreboard, get back closer into contention. Wendy Garcia Amador going close there. Nichols will come away for the United States. Castle with the attempted score. Apart from the Paralympics being the event that these athletes want to attend, of course, what is fabulous is that on hand, close at hand, is the most amazing workshop in the Athletes Village. I was out the other day watching the mechanics putting together not only chairs but also hammering back into shape prosthetic limbs. Welding was going on, very noisy, busy workshop, and of course athletes love the scenario whereby they haven't got to make any special efforts to get things sorted out. It's done and dusted where they're residing in the terrific Athletes Village here at the 2012 Paralympics. So 22-point advantage for the United States. Mexico keep coming forward. Their movement far better in the second and third quarter than it certainly was in the first quarter, led by this lady Bernal, who scored 18 points in their first game. Delivers as well to Rocio Torres Lopez. Plays in Mexico City for the Estado de Mexico. Not the most animated of coaches, Pablo Barraga on the sidelines. Some coaches you see screaming and shouting and exhorting their players to greater efforts. Barraga generally fairly quiet with his encouragement. Most of the talking being done on the pitch by the experienced players, the likes here of Bernal. Heading towards the end of the third quarter, you can see that hefty 20-point advantage for the United States team. Gold medal winners at Beijing and also Athens, undefeated last time out when they went all the way, beating everybody. Not so much this time, already lost to Germany. Revenge for a German team because they lost in the final 4 years ago in Beijing to Team USA. So those are going to be certainly two teams to be keeping an eye on as we head towards the conclusion of the wheelchair basketball, which is running all the way through till the 7th of September. Mexico have been at the last 3 Paralympic Games, 6th in 2000 in Sydney. Likewise in Athens in 2004. Not so great in 2008 when in Beijing they turned up in 9th position. Inside ball to Yasmina Suarez Ramos there after good movement and characteristic twisting and turn-in by Floralia Estrada Bernal for Mexico. Attempt by Anesia Perez Pacheco. Nafi Schneider back on for Team USA. Torres Lopez for Mexico. Schneider to Murray. She'll either look for the openings or she'll have a pop herself. Sets herself, thinks about it. Delivers yet again. Having another fine game for the United States, Rebecca Murray. "16 points to her name so far. You could say a good day at the office for her. Likewise for Bernal of Mexico. End of the third quarter, 46-24 to the United States. Far better performance in their defeat against Germany. And there you can see how the scores have worked out across the first three quarters. An emphatic 22-9 lead in the first quarter, less so in the second quarter, but regaining the initiative going into the third quarter. Plenty more wheelchair basketball to come today. And as mentioned, basketball all the way through till September the 7th. And some fine attendances as well for the two venues that we mentioned before. The basketball arena has a capacity of 9,000 people. This is the North Greenwich Arena on the banks of the River Thames. Holds 6,000 noisy people. I say noisy because, of course, it's a venue that's been designed when it was redesigned after being opened in 2000, redesigned primarily for sound and acoustics because it is a great music venue. Generates a great atmosphere at the North Greenwich Arena in London. So we're underway in the fourth quarter, 46-24. The USA lead, and immediately Murray looking for an extension to that lead from distance. Rocio Torres Lopez for Mexico. Plays in Mexico City, has to nearly half of this Mexican team. One of her teammates here from the Estado Club in Mexico City. Yasmina Suarez Ramos. Rose Holloman of America on the field of play to Desi Miller, who delivers inside the paint. To put the USA into a 48-24 lead. Sarah Castle, Holloman make it 50-24. Despite the better efforts of Maria Hernandez Medrano.
No hay pase.
Mexican coaching staff exhorting their players to communicate more. You may have heard him say you need to be speaking more, you need to be talking better. And in certain positions he wants fast movements as well, which, to be fair, I think his players have been trying to deliver, certainly through the third quarter, when the likes of Bernal, who's just seen there, has been leading the breakaways, breaks out of defense for the Mexican team. Maria Medrana Hernandez on the ball. And a shot from Yasmina Suarez Ramos. Getting some close attention from Rose Holloman, and we'll have a chance to get Mexican points further on the board. 50-24, as you can see. One out of two for Suarez. Holloman on the attack for America. Murray on the far side. Castle support on the inside and delivers again. Well, Desi Miller being impeded by Clara Marquez Gonzalez. Her chance from distance is good. So Bernal back on the field of play. Wendy Amador support on the inside. Delgadillo. And delivery from Maria del Carmen Mejia. Sarah Castle plays her basketball for the Predators Club in Columbia, Ohio. And as ever, you gotta love come American sport, no matter what the sport, the colourful names you get. And Mary Milford, we saw earlier, she plays for the Steel City Stars in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. There's the Lady Mavericks in Dallas, the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. Good shot from distance. Lucia Vasquez de Aguil, she plays for Prode in Mexico City. My favorite name is the Warhawks in Whitewater, club of the likes of Desi Miller and Rebecca Murray, seen here on the ball. She's got quite an eye, has Murray. She never really seems to fail, given the whether she's under pressure or not. On that occasion, not under too much pressure, but having quite a game, the player from the Warhawks. This is Bernal inside the paint. Desi Miller to Murray. Not for the first time, Lucia Vasquez Delgadillo in a spot of bother with the referee. Jennifer Chu, her chance to get some more American points on the board. One to come. One out of two, 58-29, the story so far of this match with 5 to go in the fourth quarter. But now never stops moving, never stops thinking. Generally, of course, never stops scoring, but good attempt from distance, Wendy Garcia Amador. Woodson Smith back on the field of play for the United States. Story of this game has been a good first quarter for the Americans. If you weren't with us, they racked up 22 points to 9 at the end of the first quarter. Closer in the second when it was only 10-9, if you take into account the scores only in that second quarter. 14-6 the scoring in the third. And so far, 12-7 scoring in the fourth quarter, taking us to that total of 58-31 for the United States. Terrific Mexican score, Lucia Vasquez Delgadillo. Well, plenty more basketball to come from the Paralympics. The American men's team are going to be up next on this arena, playing against South Africa. In the women's event, Brazil against Great Britain follows from the basketball arena. Then another men's game between Japan and Germany. France women's team, we saw them lose to America in their first match. They're playing Germany, who conquered America in their game. That's in about 5 hours' time at the basketball arena. And after that, we have 4 more games in the women's Australia-Canada, then 3 men's games, Great Britain against Colombia, Australia, hotly fancied in the men's event, of course, against Spain, and Canada against Poland. Good day at the office for Desi Miller with 18 points to her name. This is Darlene Hunter, number 5 for the USA, who's come on the field of play. Just under 3 to go in this event at the North Greenwich Arena. An emphatic performance so far by the American team. Woodson Smith looking inside for Natalie Schneider. Murray yet again for the United States. Quite a game she's having again, 18 points to her name so far in this match. Mexican attempt from Rocio Torres Lopez. Murray will come away. Woodson Smith on the far side. And Murray goes herself. Wendy Garcia Amador for Mexico. One of quite a few players who play for the Jalisco club in Guadalajara. 4 players on their team roster from that very club. Desi Miller to Woodson Smith. Under a great deal of pressure. Too much pressure as well, says the referee. Mainly Isabel Lopez Chavez who was putting the heat on there. One out of 2 for Andrea Woodson Smith. 5 points to her name so far. Minute on the clock. Good day for Dave Carley, the American coach. 65 points his team have racked up already. Garcia Amador for Mexico. Attempted pass from Lopez Chavez. Woodson to Murray. He's going to get a chance to add to her considerable total already. Two out of 2 for Rebecca Murray. Comes from Milwaukee in the United States. Clock running down towards an emphatic American victory in Game 3 in Group B for the defending champions. Mexico coming up short in this match by a considerable margin, 67-33, with just a few seconds remaining on the clock. Job done for the Americans. Not a great deal that Pablo Larraga can say to his side, having conceded 67 points and with only 5 on the clock. Having said that, they've scored 33 against what is a very good American team, and that's certainly not to be underestimated. Rebecca Murray, terrific day for her, 22 points. Doing well on the points total. The likes of Mariska Beyer of the Netherlands and Lisa Marie Suarez Martins of Brazil are up there with plenty of points on the top scorer's ball, but Murray is going to be very close to topping that come the end of this Paralympics. Good day as well for Bernal, who's been leading the charge for most of the day for the Mexican side. And that's it, 67-33, as we expected, is the final result in this match. Good day for Dave Carley's side, bouncing back from that defeat to Germany in Game 2. He seems happy enough with the way things have gone. 22-9 was their advantage after the first quarter, 10-9 after the second, 14-6 the score in the third quarter, and 21-9 stepping it up in the fourth quarter, the American team, to record that 67-33 result against their neighbours Mexico. So a day off for Rebecca Murray and her American colleagues. Are going to be back in action on Monday against China. That's going to be the third game of the day, the second one of the day, and a change of venue as well, because they'll be moving to the basketball arena on the Olympic Park and leaving behind for now the North Greenwich Arena on the River Thames in the eastern part of London. So the stats telling their own story of American domination with 43.3% of those field goals, and almost everywhere you look they're emphasizing their superiority over the Mexican team. And that's the standing so far in Group B, with the United States having lost just the one game against Germany. And so emphasis back on the USA at the top, when that game against China in 2 days' time will decide who tops that group. Or we'll see how Germany, of course, do in their next game. But a nice tense Group B, which is what we like to see at the wheelchair basketball. Well, let's just recap on what happened so far today in this game between the United States